What's up, guys? Welcome to your 43rd Android tutorial for the new boss, and again with me, Travis. What we're going to do in this tutorial is basically fix our other error that we have within our Android. That's an annoying little splash sound. What we're going to do is fix basically our this other error that we're getting when we take a picture, it sets it, and then when our emulator goes off to its side, such as, let's see, like this, it's going to reset the picture back to this default icon. And before we get started, it's going to be a real quick tutorial, but before we get started, I want to show you guys how to turn the emulator outside. Pretty simple. I believe if you guys just shut off your numpad, if you guys are on Windows, and then just hit 7 or 9 on your numpad, it'll change it. Or you can hit Control F11. It's not working for me. I think it might be a Mac thing, but I believe it's Control F11 and F12 or F10, one of those, and that'll change the emulator over to basically this is landscape mode and this is portrait mode, which is going to be important for this tutorial. But basically what we're going to do is we're going to fix the orientation, and also, now that I think about it, just I mean, you guys don't really probably care about this, but this little app name, we can do that as well. We're going to change that. So that's what we're going to do in this tutorial pretty quickly, pretty simply. And how we do that is we set that code up within the Android manifest. So I want you guys to open that up and scroll down to our camera application. And first, to change this title, it's referring to the string variable app name. So you guys can change this to like camera application or something like that if you want. And then it'll change the title, or label I should say. Nothing too important, but we can also set up some different initialization kind of codes within this activity, opening bracket of the activity of our class that we want to mess around with. And we can use basically a code called Android dot, and as you guys can see, there's quite a few different codes we can do within the manifest. So that's pretty neat. We're going to say set orientation, I believe it is. But now it's not coming up, so I got to make sure. I got to think. I believe it's set orient. No. Oh yeah. I always mess up on this one for some reason. It's screen orientation. And we can set the screen orientation either to landscape or portrait. So what we want to do is have it kind of like this, because we kind of set it up in XML for a portrait view, so we're going to keep it portrait the whole time. So is that how you spell portrait? I believe so. Let's check it out, make sure my spelling's right. And basically that's the end of the tutorial. Pretty quick like I said. Oh, and also this brings up another point. If you guys want to run your actual application on your Android phone, if you guys have an Android phone, I don't really want to waste my time within the series telling you guys how to do that, but on my website I have a blog post that kind of walks you guys through that. And if you guys have any additional questions of what we're doing, if I'm not making sense, you guys can contact me through that email I did in that other tutorial where we set up that hate mail or whatever. You guys can contact me at that email, and I'll try and help you guys out as the best I can. And you know, because I can't really get any feedback, because Bucky wants like 200 tutorials, so I can't see if I'm moving too fast or if everything that I say is confusing. I know some things are confusing for the most part, but it'll get better. Some of those things will get better, but some I just don't know if you guys are completely confused on like the life cycle, like, you know, the activity, extending activity, if you guys are still confused about that or not. But I know some of the bitmap and still that list view is probably kind of confusing, but let's check out, make sure our application works. As you can see, we changed the application name right here, and when we switch it over to landscape mode, it's a fixed orientation at portrait mode, so it's not going to re-change basically everything, and that will get rid of that error that we had with this bitmap. And I know I told you guys about running it on your phone. I don't know if I told you guys I have a blog post or not on my website, but I know I started saying that, but I'm not sure if I said that or not. So again, my website's mybringback.com, so you guys can check that out. and get some additional help, as well as some more Android tutorials. I have a basic series. If you aren't liking the way that I'm teaching this one, it's kind of a different teaching style, but hopefully you guys like this tutorial. Pretty neat, especially for game development. A lot of times you want to set the screen orientation to landscape only. So that's how you can do that, is just with this code within the Android manifest for the activity that you're working for. So again, guys, thanks for watching. I'll catch you in the next tutorial. Peace.